All right. It is Monday, September 14th, 2020 at 4:24 p.m. All right, let's take a look quickly here at the National Hurricane Center. Look, guys, it is peak hurricane season. Am I right? Look at this. It looks insane. It looks like 7 chess pieces are on the board, and we're just in a Twister movie, only it's hurricane version. All right, so we have Disturbance 1 with 10% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours, which isn't really going to do much. It has a formation chance to the 48 hours low at 10%, a formation chance to the 5 days at low at 20%. Then we have Hurricane Sally with maximum sustained winds of 80 knots or 90 miles per hour, with minimum central pressure of 986 millibars, located 28.7 north or 87.1 west, and movement west northwest at 6 knots or 7 miles an hour. Then we have Hurricane Paulette out in the Atlantic, which is going to be turning out into sea. Maximum sustained winds at 90 knots or 105 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure of 965 millibars, located at 33.9 north and 64.4 west. Movement north-northeast at 11 knots or 13 miles an hour. Then we have Renee, Tropical Depression Renee. Then we have Teddy. Then we have Vicky. Alright, and then we have Disturbance 2 with 20% chance of formation, cyclone formation in 48 hours. So we have a full chessboard. Alright, let's take a look at Sally. Hurricane Sally. Number 1, it is too early to determine where Hurricane Sally's center will move onshore, given the uncertainty and timing of the location of Sally's northward turn near the central Gulf Coast. Users should not focus on the details of the official forecast track, since the National Hurricane Center average forecast error at 48 hours is around 80 miles, and the dangerous storm surge, rainfall, and wind hazards will extend well away from the center. 2. An extremely dangerous and life-threatening storm surge is expected for areas outside the southern Louisiana hurricane and storm damage risk reduction system for Port Forkin, Louisiana to the Alabama-Florida border, where a storm surge warning is in effect. Residents in these areas should follow any advice given by local officials. Pay attention to the local officials. Pay attention to the news that's coming in if you live anywhere in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or Florida. It says number 3. Hurricane conditions are expected tonight within the hurricane warning area in southeastern Louisiana are expected by late Tuesday with a hurricane warning area along the Mississippi and Alabama coastline. Tropical storm conditions are likely to begin later today and this evening in these areas, and preparations should be rushed to completion. So if you have any preparations and you live along the coast, you should be rushing to completion because the storm is coming very soon. Says 4. Life-threatening flash flooding is likely, as well as widespread minor to isolated major flooding on area rivers along just inland of the central Gulf Coast. Significant flash and urban flooding, as well as widespread minor to moderate river flooding, is likely across Mississippi and Alabama through the middle of the week. Flooding impacts are expected to spread further across the southeast through the week. Sally could continue to produce flash flooding across the Central Peninsula and prolong existing minor river flooding across west central Florida through today. Alright, so this Hurricane Sally is going to be bringing a lot of water. Okay, here is Hurricane Sally. Pretty much, she's going to be a hurricane and stay at a hurricane as all the way up to 7 a.m. on Wednesday, and she's going to become a depression at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, and 7 a.m. on Thursday a depression still, and 7 a.m. on Friday a depression as she's over Georgia and South Carolina. Alright, so she's gonna come in as a hurricane. She will not become a major hurricane, at least this map isn't detailing that. Maximum sustained winds at 90 miles an hour, movement west-northwest at 7 miles an hour. Let's take a look here at the rain totals. We have an excessive rainfall outlooks. We have high around Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi border. We have high 50%, so a lot of flooding could come into these areas right here. Then we have 20% moderate, then 10% slight, and then 5% marginal. So if you live in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina, or South Carolina, you're going to be getting some rain. It's going to be coming in, and you're going to be getting a lot of rain if you live closer to the hurricane. Alright, and this is Paulette. Let's take a look here at Paulette with maximum sustained winds of 90 knots or 105 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure of 965 millibars, located 33.9 north and 64.4 west. Movement north-northeast at 11 knots or 13 miles an hour. Paulette is forecast to turn and head out this way towards the Atlantic. Let's take a look at Paulette. The eye of Paulette will gradually move away from Bermuda today. However, hurricane and tropical storm conditions, storm surge, and heavy rainfall will likely continue into this afternoon. Swells produced by Paulette are affecting portions of the Leeward Islands, the Greater Antilles and the Bahamas, Bermuda, and the east coast of the United States. These swells could cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. So if you're swimming along the eastern coast, on any beach, be sure to make sure to know that there's surf, life-threatening surf and rip current conditions headed your way. So please be safe when swimming. Alright, this is the forecast for Paulette. Here we have hurricane, and then at 2 p.m. on Monday, and then on 8 a.m. on Tuesday, she's becoming a major hurricane. At 8 p.m. on Tuesday, still maintaining a major hurricane status. At 8 a.m. on Wednesday, back down to hurricane status. At 8 p.m. on Wednesday, still hurricane. 8 a.m. on Thursday, still hurricane status. And then at 8 a.m. on Friday, a storm. And 8 a.m. on Saturday, a storm as she swings back down. Alright. Let's take a look at Tropical Storm Teddy. Tropical Storm Teddy is out in the Atlantic, off the coast of Africa. It has maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour, movement west at 14 miles an hour. Tropical Storm Teddy has forecast of becoming a major hurricane. It is forecast to become a storm as of 8 a.m. on Tuesday and 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Monday, and then become a hurricane at 8 p.m. on Tuesday and 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Still a hurricane. 8 p.m. on Wednesday, still a hurricane. 8 a.m. on Thursday, still a hurricane. Then becoming a major hurricane at 8 a.m. on Friday, and then still a major hurricane 8 a.m. on Saturday. And that's as far as the forecast goes. It will be heading out to sea. It does not look to be interfering with any land. At least that's what the forecast says. We got to keep an eye on it, though. Alright, this is Tropical Storm Vicky. Tropical Storm Vicky is forecast to become a depression. It is headed out to sea, though. This is what we call a fish storm as well. It is forecast to become a storm as of 11 p.m. on Tuesday, a depression as of 11 a.m. on Wednesday, and a depression as of 11 a.m. on Friday. It has maximum sustained winds of 45 miles an hour and movement northwest at 6 miles an hour. Alright, let's take a look at the satellite images. This is Sally coming ashore to the Florida Panhandle and Louisiana and Alabama coastlines right there. So it's mostly taking a major turn to stay on the Florida Panhandle and the Alabama coastline as it comes in. Alright guys, let's take a look quickly here at the full Atlantic. This is what the Atlantic looks like. We have the disturbance off of Mexico here, affecting the coastline of Texas and Mexico. Then we have Sally coming into the Florida Panhandle, the Alabama, Mississippi coast. Then we have Paulette turning back out into sea as the jet stream pushes it. Then we have Renee kind of dying here. Then we have Teddy out in the Atlantic here, and then Vicky here off the coast of Africa. And then we have the other disturbance coming off the coast of Africa. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Please stay safe if you live in Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. Make sure you listen to the forecasting on your news. If they tell you need to evacuate, pay attention to that. So please pay attention to the news if you live in those areas. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. God bless.